When Salter said, "What is education without the student?" it made me think. There would be no education without the students, but sadly, that is the educational system that we have today. You might think, there are students in a classroom. Yes, physically, but what about mentally? In my opinion, where teachers go wrong is not making learning fun. Instead, they stand up in front of a classroom and lecture. But we as future teachers need to get out of that habit. Learning should be exciting for the students, not a chore. But one subject where it's easy to make it fun is social studies. Now let's settle on the topic social studies. I have to say, social studies was my all-time favorite subject because my teacher made it very interactive. I have to ask myself, in my future classroom, what can I do to make social studies fun to learn? Well, the answer is at our fingertips, which is technology. The things that we can do with technology and integrating it in our classroom are out of this world. Students love to play with games, apps, watch movies, but they never thought of doing all of that in a classroom. Some examples for integrating technology in the classroom is an app called Class Dojo. This is where a student can go on this app to see how many classes they have missed, the makeup work they need to do, and so many more exciting things. They can use this app to see all the good things they've done in the classroom and see the bad things. This is also really good for the parents to see how well their kids are doing inside the classroom without talking to the teacher every week. Another way to integrate technology into the classroom is a very fun and interactive website called BrainPop. It's very informative videos and detailed about different subjects. The students can go on this website and watch videos about social studies and learn about wars, the Constitution, and so much more in any subject that you type in. These ideas are fun for the teachers and most importantly, fun for the students. They can also go home and rewatch the videos so they can refresh what they learned during that day. Now, what about the role of culture in the classroom? Students are more than the color of their skin, and students are not their parents. They are their own person. I have seen extremely poor students be the hardest worker and get the best grades in the classroom, which surprises the teacher because of their home situation. I think Banks and Banks hit the nail on the head when they said teachers should look beyond the physical characteristics of students and consider the complexity of their individual and group experience. There are so many more ways to have the students interacting when it comes to social studies. I noticed when teaching my group of students that even little things, like drawing the answer on a dry erase board, will help a student get involved into the lesson I'm teaching them. If I had more time with my group of students, I could have done so much more interacting activities that would help them learn. I would have put on plays, I would have done skits, and watched videos about what I am teaching them. That way they are not bored sitting down and listening to me talk, because that is not a fun way to teach and not a fun way to learn. This is an idea I had if I had a longer time with my group of students while teaching them about maps. I could have taken them on a road trip through America. Now, not really a road trip, but virtually. They would not only learn about maps, but they could learn more about the states and what the states are known for. For example, if I took them to Michigan, I could teach them about the Great Lakes. I could also teach them that Michigan is north. They would learn more about the cardinal direction, but also learn about Michigan. My overall experience at Lake Forest Elementary was an eye-opener because of the lot of different students I had in my group. I think teachers need many strengths when it comes to teaching a classroom. I only had a small group of 7 kids, but one strength that came up a lot is classroom management. Many situations came up where I had to use the classroom management. Just one of the situations I had to use classroom management was with a group of girls that would not stop talking while I was talking. So while the other kids were answering the questions I had out for them, I had to ask them in a hushed tone so I would not draw attention to the students, to not to talk while I was talking. They listened, and when I started talking again, they paid attention to me more, instead of having their own conversation. In my opinion, I have a lot to learn before I graduate because I am like a baby right now, just taking its first steps. I'm taking my first steps to becoming a great teacher. But as I keep going through classes and learning and applying what I learn to my teaching, I know I will be a great teacher one day.